Hey YouTube, it's Sierra T. I'm coming back with another video. I know it's been a while and I'm sorry about that. I just been trying to brainstorm about topics and video ideas. So if you do have any, please comment below. I would love some suggestions on what I should make a video about because I didn't just want to come back with another regular, update video. I wanted to make a video that actually could be helpful. So I did want to go over some things that I've learned and some tips that I've picked up and some do's and don'ts. So hopefully this helps you out if you were thinking about getting some lock extensions or, adding some length to your hair and you plan on using some human hair, anything. I did list a few things, and it isn't a lot of things, but it's, a couple things that can be helpful, especially if you're just beginning like me. I think we're about three months in now. I believe so. Okay, so the first thing that I have on my list, make sure you start with a solid foundation. So for that tip, it could mean a couple things. First, you want to make sure when you're making your lock extension that you're making them sturdy. So you don't want to do a quick, fast, limpy lock extension, because once you go through a couple washes, it's going to get weak and possibly it's going to break. I did experience that with one of my locks where, it was a skinny part, I guess you can say, because the water stretches them. So when you wash and wash, after a couple washes, that lock is going to be limpy and weak. So you do want to start with a solid foundation. Make sure your locks are solid. And also my hair, I don't think y'all seen it lately. I do have them all different colors. Some of them are blonde, red. Don't even ask. I think I ran out of the dye when I was dyeing it, so it got to some places better than the others. But yeah, I'm walking around with this fiery dew lately. Some of them, if you do see some patchiness to some, it's because I added some hair in certain places, and the hair that I added was blonde, so that's why those pieces are much lighter than the rest, but I think it blended well. Another part of that is starting off with natural hair. I did have a little bit of my hair in the front area where there was a little bit of relaxed hair, about this much, and it will not crochet. It will not crochet into your locks. So do not start off with relaxed hair. It will not stay. So basically I had to trim a few of them in the front because it was straight hairs sticking out of them, because they will not lock. Especially when you go to wash your hair, they're not gonna lock. They're not going to intertwine with everything else. They're gonna stick out, and it will definitely make the connecting process much easier when there's no relaxed hair. You can just crochet your hair in, because if it's relaxed, it's not going to stay. I did learn that because the lock was getting loose in that spot where the relaxed hair was, because it wasn't interlocking, it wasn't intertwining. So that's another thing. Also, to use human hair. And that's if you want to dye your hair. Of course, it's, much cleaner to use human hair, and, it helps with the longevity. So you definitely want to start off with human hair. Another thing, do not, I know this is going to sound crazy, but do not condition your locks with just straight conditioner. Especially in the beginning process where you're still trying to get your hair to lock. You don't want to sit there and rub conditioner in your scalp, because it will make your locks slip out. I had to retouch a couple because I conditioned my hair and my hair was loose. They were just coming out. I was so upset. you know, is something that I should have knew because, you know, since my hair wasn't locked, of course the lock is probably not going to be attached enough to where as though it can withstand conditioner. So what I do now is I'll either, you know, while I have shampoo in my hair, I'll mix a little bit of conditioner and condition it at the same time, or it depends on if I already made a spray bottle with some conditioner and water, and I'll spray it while I'm in the shower washing my hair, and then rinse it out immediately after that. But you don't want to put straight conditioner in your hair because it will make your lock extensions come out. And piggybacking off of that, don't be alarmed if you have to reattach a couple every, you know, here and there, because, you know, one is bound to get a little loose when you wash your hair. That's normal, especially if you wash your hair like me, and I scrub. Sometimes it's because my hair is itchy or, you know, something like that, but I'm scrubbing. So don't be alarmed if you have to fix one or two every now and then. That's perfectly normal, especially if you start off with shorter hair. I found that with my longer ones, I didn't, you know, none of them has came out, but the ones in the front where I told you my hair was shorter, because I had to cut it shorter since I had the most relaxed hair in the front. So my hair in the front was a little bit shorter than the back, so some of the front ones have came out and I had to reattach them. For example, like I believe this one came out before. Yeah. But yeah, so don't be alarmed about that. It's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with that. And I would suggest if you go get your locks done by someone, and they do go to wash your hair and one come out or something like that, I would just let them know up front that, you know, they are lock extensions. So if one come out, you know, if they're a true loctician, I'm sure they know how to fix it. If not, then I guess keep your crochet needle with you. I don't know, because I do my own, so I don't have to go through that. But, you know, if you do go to someone, and I would just let them know up front, like, hey, you know, I do have lock extensions, so, you know, if one come out, don't be scared. I'll let them know. When you do shampoo your hair and condition it, you definitely want to make sure it's thoroughly washed out. You don't want to leave no residue behind, because it will be white. It will either be white or it will again make your locks loose, because the texture of the shampoo and conditioner, it's really slippery, so you don't want to leave that in your hair. You just don't want that buildup. Let's see. And another one, it's going to be the last thing that I talk about, is don't skip moisturizing your hair. You are trying to make your hair lock. You don't want to put products in it that's going to make your hair slippery, but you don't want to skip on moisturizing your hair. Me personally, I have a spray bottle that I mix some oil and water with. And I just spray my scalp every, you know, 2 to 3 days. I go and just spray and just rub some oils through my hair just to make sure my scalp is saturated and not dry. So you definitely don't want to skip moisturizing your hair. You still want to treat your hair like you would treat your normal loose hair. It is still attached to your head, so you still want to make sure you keep your hair moisturized and oiled. You don't want to, you know, dry your hair out, because that could make your lock fall out by itself, because your hair is not being, you know, treated as not healthy and dry. So that, you know, does encourage breakage, and you just don't want that. If you have any others that I missed, comment below. If you have lock extensions and you follow me, please let me know some things that I could take into my routine. I would definitely appreciate that. And also any questions, you can ask me below, anything that I missed. Other than that, see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate everyone giving me positive feedback. I definitely do appreciate it. Love you guys. See ya.